Break me up, use that. Needed a break.
Speaking of chocolate,
Yeah.
you want to get into it? How's it going, dude?
Oh, dude, I'm fully in recess.
Remission?
Good
for you, dude.
Like, absolutely, and it's crazy because being on the other side of it,
yeah.
It's like, how could it have had that hard of a grip on me?
That's how addiction goes, dude.
Bro, it's crazy.
You never know how bad it is till you're out of it. And then you look back and you go, wow, that thing really had a chokehold on me. Yeah. Good for you, man.
Like, I absolutely look at it and I have no feelings. No,
really?
Like, gotta have it, nothing. And I know that's exactly how it always is. It's always like, I'm good, and then all of a sudden,
and then you have
a hook happens, and I'm like, oh.
I think you should just stay away from them. Like, I just don't, like, even
Never
though you,
again.
like, now, like you're saying you don't even want one, I don't think you should accidentally have one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think.
And look,
they're.
How did the last one start? I don't remember. I sincerely don't remember.
I mean, let's be real. It was probably because the shapes were coming out.
No, I mean, I know the last addiction started from a shape. I just don't remember the first one. Like, what was the first one that I cracked that I was like...
But then you didn't know it was a problem.
Actually...
Do you remember?
Yeah, I actually remember.
Actually.
Because it was in December and we were setting Valentine's Day. And I only remember because of the shape being a heart.
You were setting... Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, bet. I want to try the pink ones.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if you can taste the difference. You absolutely can.
What? Wait, they were colored pink?
The coloring, yes. But
the chocolate was pink?
Yes. It was only colored. Gross. It wasn't like... Flavored. It's supposed to taste any different.
It wasn't strawberry or nothing.
Yeah, but, I'm going to...
Well...
An extravagance or whatever the fucking word is.
So savant?
A savant. I'm a savant when it comes to tasting the Reese's shape. So I knew something would be up because you can't put that much red 40 in something and not change the flavor.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't. There's no way to turn something that's normally like a dark brown to a pink and not.
That isn't a. Hey, you can't even do that with hair.
You can't.
Not for hours.
Yeah.
Dude. It takes days.
You have
weeks.
to. Yeah, you've got to go straight white before you can do anything, which is crazy. Which takes a long time.
So much.
Yeah.
Didn't you do yours?
I did.
Yeah. What was that like?
What was it like?
Yeah, like what was the processes like?
Oh, mine really wasn't that bad because I have super fine hair, like thick hair, like your hair. But like super thick hair, it's harder to do because you have to let the dye or the bleach set for longer to get into the the strands of the hair. But mine, because it's so fine, it was a pretty quick process. I think all in all, like she foiled my shit or whatever.
My brain is just so all over the place. Hurry your thought up, because I want to add something.
All right, dude. Fuck me, I guess. But it took like an hour. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
for mine. So.
Did you ever do colors with it?
Fuck no.
Never. Nobody was even like. I mean, what got you on the blonde?
I don't know.
Was it like a platinum
Vanilla
thing
Ice,
or blonde?
Really? It was more platinum, and then it got to blonde. Like it got to that like kind of bleach blonde.
I fuck with the platinum thing.
And that's what it was that platinum in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I like kind of after a while it kind of turned into that light blonde.
It went from platinum.
Yeah, I think so.
Do we
No.
Are we both coming at it? That's like almost
no. Maybe
platinum.
it started white. And then it. Yeah, maybe it was, and then because I used the purple shampoo for like a while.
Yeah.
And it turned it kind of to that. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea where that came from.
This is what I'm thinking because it's like around about the same time that this person was coming up, but like. Not at all. And I know this is going to sound like it's like a jab at you, but it's not. But like how Bieber was doing his hair.
I knew this is where this was going.
That's not what I was. It was not even. It's when the boyfriend thing, when his hair kind of looks how yours does now. Still not letting it go.
Pick someone else.
Really hit me in the sauce.
Hey, pick someone else, please.
Pick on someone else.
A whole lot of people have dyed their hair blonde.
No,
I mean, probably most likely in the back of my head, that's what it was.
That or like a fucking. I don't know, international soccer star.
Soccer player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a very soccer player-esque head.
Brother. What is that supposed to mean, man?
Brother,
You're short and you got a tiny head, dude. You look like a soccer player for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a time like I think
Yeah, I don't know.
I was
Hey, my name Bryson, dog.
Touch so tiny, dude. There was a time Brooks Koepka got his hair. He was a golfer, but
yeah,
he
I
did
know
his
who that
hair.
is.
He did his hair like platinum for a while.
Yeah.
But I really have no idea where that came from. But I just did it because I was like, fuck, why not? You know what I mean? And I was still working in the kitchen, so it's not like anybody saw me. So I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I also
Couldn't do it now.
I also don't know where the whole Charles Oliveira full camp does that. I don't know why it's blonde. I know why they all do it together.
Yeah.
Because
Camp
you're a
aspect.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why the blonde thing was the...
I don't know.
But they do it so
I think-
fucking bleached now that it's like pure white.
I think
or
it's
silver.
probably because that's like the easiest color to match. You know what I mean? Like, because if everybody's just bleaching their hair, everybody bleaches their hair.
True.
If you're doing like a very specific shade of brown,
Yeah.
one person's gonna look a little different than everybody else.
I
You know
kind
what I
of
mean?
really fuck with people who are consistently the same, and at the same time, also I really fuck with people that are absolutely worlds difference per fight. Like Cheeto.
Oh, I thought
Vera.
you meant like personality.
No.
I thought you meant just like people out in the world.
No.
I was like, what are we talking about?
But if you look at like Cheeto Vera's like last 12 fights,
Mm-hmm.
looks like 12 different mugshots. It looks like 12 different people that you're like, dude, he can pull off 100 different looks. He could be in a million movies.
Yeah. Can I be straight up with you?
Yeah.
I
You better say you don't know who that is.
No, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
This might be kind of a hot take, maybe.
Mhm.
UFC has fallen the fuck off. I have not watched a single UFC fight in I don't know how long.
I love that you just said that because, yes, I also agree. Two parts to that, though.
There was a fight night on the other night, and I
Yeah.
was like, I haven't heard anything about UFC in months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember we used to stay up to watch
Yeah.
UFC events? Ain't no way I'm doing that shit now.
I have a few parts to that, and I think. Why do you think it is? Before I go off.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because the fighters are different or if I don't know. Maybe it's just our generation too. Maybe it's because we were so involved back when there were like we think of the greats where we still saw some of those,
Yeah.
you know, at the very end, and then we saw the kind of new upcoming group. And I think maybe it has to do with there are so many UFC fighters now. You know what I mean?
But I understand what you're saying, but I think they have a cap, and they've reached that cap a while ago.
Oh, really?
And I don't think they really go that much further over it because there's like a mathematical equation to like we can only keep so many people.
What is the? Let me look
I
at that.
want to say it's like 1,000 dudes and like maybe 500 girls. That could be way off on the girls' part because I feel like it's way less than that. But I feel like the cap is less than you imagine.
As of March 29, 2025, UFC roster consists of 857 active fighters.
857 to It's not just guys, not.
That's everybody.
Yeah. So see, my
Six-
numbers were
Well,
extreme.
here's the thing. I've seen people here say the UFC is too bloated with fighters in recent years, with 600 being the usual number. But as of August, there are 857.
Okay, so even
There's
that,
250 more in the past couple years.
even that, not that crazy.
I mean, yeah.
For
it
you to
is.
be throwing an event every weekend, minus like maybe 3-4 weekends out of a year.
But think about it in percentages. Because if it was 600 people, now it's 850 people. That's almost 50% more people that are just now a part of it that you have to
You
keep.
said 600 to 857.
Yeah.
That's like 30% maybe. Bad at math, but you're close.
No, because it's from the 600. You're adding 250.
Yeah.
So what is 250 of 600?
257's got to be closer to 30 than 50.
50% of 600 is 300.
Yes.
250.
What is 30% of 600?
We're going to do that. It is
33% of 600 is 200. We're splitting
What are we
literal
trying to do?
hairs.
Anyway,
You're like percentages
40%.
closer. Whatever.
40%.
Yeah.
But 40% more people in the UFC over the past couple years.
Yes.
It's hard to keep up with. There's a whole bunch of people you don't know that are coming in out of nowhere that you don't follow, that you've never watched before, that now are like, you know.
I understand that logic, and you also got to take into effect, like, some of these people are in and out, like, 3 fights.
Yeah.
Some of these people are short notice, like, we have to sign someone because someone just dropped. Who can we sign? Because some of these people literally sign on the spot to fight.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, 24-hour notice. I need somebody to fight on this.
43%, by the way.
Yeah, so you're closer. But
Y'all hear that? That was a dub.
that was a dub. All right.
It was a dub.
He got one.
It's the first one in podcast history, boys.
No.
Anyway.
But you also got to think, like, some of these cards have 15 fights, so 30 fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30 fighters per, 120 a month? 120 fights or fighters fight a month, roughly. If you're doing 4 events every weekend.
An event a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
is that how they do? Is it an event every week?
Some have multiple events because you got, like, Tuesday Night Contender Series, which isn't even considered part of
that's not part of that.
Yeah, and then Ultimate Fighter, also not considered that.
Yeah.
Still more fighters there. Yeah. But yeah. It's a lot of fucking people, but that is your main takeaway, is that is what you think?
I think so, and I think that maybe just I don't want to say the caliber of fighter is different, but I feel like I feel like that the, like, late 2000s to, like, the 2015 time period when we were super into it and stuff like that was more of, like, the attitude era of the UFC. And now this has moved on to a little bit more, like, corporate kind of era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think we are going to look back at it like we do look at WWE and WWF and kind of how that shifted and changed. So I think 10 years from now, there's going to be eras of
really
UFC.
hope. Well, I mean, I think they technically have them named right now.
Oh.
Because, like, whenever they give people the Hall of Fame, they'll be like, Hall of Fame, Golden Era Wing.
Oh.
Hall of Fame, Modern Era Wing. You know, like, whenever they give fighters. But I think looking at it, yes, we do look at it like in eras, like how we do wrestling, but I really hope it doesn't go the direction that wrestling went.
Yeah.
Because wrestling got a little too Disney there for a second. And right now, you could even arguably say it is still Disney-ish, but it does seem to have a little more trying to get the most bang for their buck out of everything right this second, because it's like big stars are coming back. John Cena's there for his last year. CM Punk is probably be going out in the next few years. Mm-hmm. But to go back to the UFC thing, I think it has something to link kind of with the merger as to why it's not as pushed everywhere, because they're coming to the end of their ESPN contract. Mm-hmm. And they're going to go to Netflix, or that is the absolute plan, because Raw, like WWE just did that at the beginning of this year, and gangbusters. Like, people are on that like fucking crazy. So UFC is going to try to follow suit, meaning could be a big change in pay-per-views, because you don't pay for WWE pay-per-views anymore. Like, you don't at all.
It's included in Netflix.
Not Netflix. That part is on Peacock still.
Oh, okay.
So you pay like $4.99 a month, but it's like you also get crazy more viewers on Netflix and Peacock versus like people paying for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You like $5 is way more accessible than $80 fucking dollars.
Bro.
So like,
so you think this is you think this is ESPN's doing in a way?
No. I think whoever makes the move on the marketing right this second, I think UFC, Dana White, whoever the fucking person pulling the marketing thing is like, let's throttle back a little bit. It's our final year. We don't give a fuck about this contract. We're really trying to show up for this contract. So I think they're trying to hold some gold till the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then drop some fucking... the beginning of next year, if it's on Netflix, is going to be
Yeah.
You're gonna see a bump.
See, yeah, and I think that yes, I can understand where you're going with that. But I think even the fights that they've put on this year, like they are good fights. You know what I mean? Like they've got some names in there that, like, oh shit, you know, because I've heard about it and been like, damn, I can't, you know, didn't even know that was going on. You know what I mean? So they've put on some damn good fights. It's just like I feel like the kind of shine is off of it. You know what I mean? It's just like I didn't know that it was happening, or if I did, I've lost that like kind of itch to watch. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what is it?
Must watch.
What does it matter? You know what I mean? There's no. I feel like the storyline isn't as like defined as it used to be, because you could get into like that mind game of like, okay, if he wins this fight, or you know, if he loses here, or if it depends on how he wins this fight, if he fights this person. And I feel like it's so convoluted now maybe that it's hard to like really get into that side of it. And so it's just harder to like it's harder to get interested in or fired up about, because you're like, I have no fucking idea. They could make a random dumbass fight next week that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it maybe even went back to the like John Jones stuff, because like everybody's like the fight is John and Tom.
Yeah.
Really. And we didn't get that because, you know, John wanted to fight Stipe, and it's like that doesn't make sense for the story. That doesn't add anything to any story. You know what I mean? Like when you did that, you stopped creating that story of the UFC and went off on kind of another thing. You know what I mean? And it just like, I don't know.
Like it made sense at one point in time. Like when he originally talked about going to heavyweight.
Yeah.
Stipe was holding the belt.
Baddest motherfucker.
So you were talking like, you can't write a story and then all of us grow up and then still tell us like the damsel in distress gets saved by fucking Mario.
Right. Yeah. It just doesn't.
It's like we saw that coming, but now we're adults. Like, couldn't you have wrote like something a little spicier?
Maybe.
Not that they're like writing the story, but it's like,
you know?
Give
me a little something.
Yeah, the story has to change. As in, like, Stipe is the baddest dude to ever do it at that time, and that time has passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like for sure retire. You know, and now the guy is Tom, and it seems to be, because we haven't seen Tom fight in a little bit now, just because of all this bullshit.
Yeah,
it seems to be Tom is that guy.
I think Tom's that guy.
I do believe so too. I also love his personality.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like he is the most well-rounded heavyweight we've had in a while.
You know who he reminds me of, and maybe it's kind of just the face, but Josh Yelverton, like in a way.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
When I see him, I'm like, I want to give him a hug because he's Josh. But then I'm like, that's not Josh. You know?
So you see Tom?
Yeah, we hang out quite a bit.
Word.
Yeah. He's good,
I was there and I was like, where is he going with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it is a little bit too much of like, I do love how freelance the UFC is and willy-nilly with like what they allow their people to say. You know, because they'd be saying some crazy shit lately. But I don't think they should allow them to also pick and choose their own fights to that caliber. Yeah. I believe that within reason it makes sense. Like, if you're going to pick the number 3 guy and not the number 2 guy, so be it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's close enough. I don't give a shit. If the fight is meant to happen anyway and you're going to... If you're all top-notch people, you're going to fight each other anyways. It doesn't matter.
Well, but that's the thing. Is now
I
feel like it isn't that way.
But so it's also like, you're looking at the division. Like, the thing is, these are the options for John. And I hate that we got to talk about John so much, but like the options for John is fight Tom or don't fight at all. There's nobody else to fight. Who you can't even lobby to be like, well, this other guy's really good.
Right. Yeah. There's no other option.
The only furthest distance, or the closest from the furthest distance away, was Alex, and then he lost. And it's like.
Now it's like...
Yeah. Do you want to know where I think this drop originated from? After the Sphere, the energy, other than the momentum of like Alex, everything else kind of just... Because we were gearing up to like, holy shit, this event is going to be like the next... who knows what after this could even amount to this other than like UFC 400 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then...
Step...
Yeah, it's like that step, and then he's like, well, we're never going back, which is also cool, because it was like, it was okay.
Is that a thing that he said?
He said it's a one and done for life before the event. I don't know what his feelings are now, but nobody asked him about it anymore because it's already passed. But I think, like, had Sean, like, maybe not starched Merab, but, like, put on a clinic or something, you would have looked at the new Conor. Because he would have did it at the peak of the UFC stage as far as, like, money, production, all these things. You're talking about putting on for another heritage, like UFC Mexico really was that. It was like all represented within that, like the story. But because that didn't, it was like if a volcano just went up to this and then went,
got real excited and then it wasn't.
And it's like, what? Yeah. He's like, I already went like 4 times today. So
I've been there, dude. It's fine. Yeah.
It's like water right now, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
I need to drink a lot of milk. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude.
I think something about that really fucked with the momentum. And I know that was, May of last year?
Was it that long ago?
It was Cinco de Mayo of last year, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck. You're right. Yeah.
Like, we're almost there again.
Wow. Damn.
It does not feel like it was that far ago. But, like, there were some bigger fights at the end of the year. But I'm talking, like, there wasn't really anything that you're like, this is what it was.
They like kind of blew the whole sphere thing out of proportion.
Yes,
yeah. They
also
went real hard on the sphere, and then everybody was like, okay, because then the experience for us, who weren't there.
Yeah, you're talking about an in person live event,
which I don't know if you guys checked the tickets for that.
Yeah, crazy.
Thousands and thousands of dollars to go. So it's like it's not like everybody was in on it. You know what I mean?
This is going to be a weird comparison, but like. If you're in Pensacola, we have Pensacola Bay Center. Mm-hmm. Would you tune in to watch the Monster Truck Show there? Or would you go in person?
I go in person.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the problem with doing these, like...
Yeah, once in a lifetime.
Yeah, do something on, like... What is that big fucking crazy-ass building in Dubai that's, like... I think it's, like, this,
Burj
and then
Khalifa.
It has, like...
Yeah.
Do an event on top of that. It's, like... It's not going to sell that much better on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's, like... The
only people that got anything out of that Sphere event were the people that were there.
Yeah.
And it didn't change anything for us. The viewing experience...
The TV is still square.
Yeah, the pay-per-view wasn't changed at all. I mean, there was the, like... They had the, like, in-between prelim thing or whatever it was. The story thing that they did. Like, that we saw. Okay, that's cool. But other than that, it's not...
And I don't want this to sound like we're criticizing them. For sure,
we
push the envelope.
We are, though. Stop sucking, dude.
I'm not, but I do love the UFC, and I would never want it to go away because it is still, like, the most exciting live thing. Mm-hmm. Other than look, we basically get the fucking Final Four every pay-per-view. You get the fucking national championship. It's, like, that exciting depending on your fighter.
But like, that's because it's not as exciting anymore.
But listen, back in the day, I think they used to... literally, like, scientifically put cards together where they're like, oh, man, like, literally...
What are we?
2-3 years ago, maybe even further away, I could be fucking up, like, the timeline, but from the 200 to the 300, like, early in the 200s, you could look at all of them cards, top to bottom, like, pay-per-view cards were, like, fucking legendary. Yeah. Now, it's like...
They suck.
now it's like you have... I don't know. We have fights to look forward to. See, it's like tough. It's tough. It's like right now, what I'm thinking about, like fights that are absolutely going to be crazy to witness, whether or not the fight will be electric, but it's gonna be a legendary. It's gonna be a legendary fight.
Slow her down there, Mario.
Is like Dustin's retiring this year in New Orleans,
right? Yeah.
At a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Might need to go.
Yeah, we could go see that. That would be way cooler than watching it on paying probably the same amount we could pay for tickets.
I've been around a casino now. I might have to go do some laundry in the back and get that. You know, no, boss, we just got laundry we gotta do.
Yeah,
and I'm in it. Yeah, and you're pushing it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe me pushing. No, because I look like prison, but like. You look too young.
Like prison?
Yeah.
I look like a prison. Me look like prison.
Milos.
What the fuck, dude?
No, it's no laundry. It's potato.
Yeah, dude.
No,
What
we
are
should
you-
maybe get RJ to push us in like a laundry basket covered in like whites and just be like, no, yeah, just go into the laundry room.
Whites, huh?
Like the
Crazy.
linens.
Yeah.
Normally white, right?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what color your linens are.
All right. They're all gray.
Yeah.
Because I don't see color.
So gray. He
Uh,
said whites.
but yeah, we got to figure that out. That would be insane.
But even then, I think a ticket to go watch that will probably be the same amount as the pay-per-view.
$80?
Yeah.
To go see in the Smoothie Dome? Or whatever it's called
Yeah,
now?
wherever. Are you is it in where? Smoothie King Center or is
Hey, man, nothing's too permanent here.
yeah.
I didn't sign anything.
Yeah.
You're like, where did you sign this to be held?
Is it Smoothie King or is it Caesar Superdome?
Oh, I hate that name.
He just audibly throws up.
First off, it should be just called the Superdome. That's gay as hell that they did that.
My bad, dude. I didn't name it.
I know, but like, who agreed?
Maybe
that?
it's not that. Maybe
Who is
it's something
Caesar?
else. Caesar's, like the casino.
Oh, I don't do that stuff.
You said you went to a casino, bro.
I went to one.
Yeah, Caesar Superdome.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Don't even
if
keep
they're gonna be-
Superdome if you're gonna do that. Call it Caesar Dome.
UFC Louisiana. Let me see where it's at. Because I mean, if it's in the Superdome,
Well,
we
I
can
don't
get
think
tickets
it's
for
been
$100.
fully announced yet. But he just said like, "Hey, there is gonna be a pay-per-view in New Orleans. I'm gonna retire on it." I don't think it's been like set in stone. What time of year? I assume it'd have to be in summer.
Yeah, but where?
It's got to be either Smoothie. I don't think Superdome. Like Superdome's huge as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What 100?
No, it's like 70,000, I think.
Yeah,
60,000.
UFC ain't doing that, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Smoothie, brother.
Okay, then Smoothie.
What is Smoothie? 20?
Probably. Let's see.
It's got to be somewhere between like 13 and 17.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's like 10,000. Maybe it's like the Bay Center. Let's see. Seats. How many?
Which is crazy to think.
17,000.
Yeah.
18. 18,000.
Hey, look, W there.
Okay, but
One for one.
either way, like, yeah, you could get a ticket to that for $100,
What did we pay last time?
like 30 for the ones in Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah,
And it wasn't even a bad seat.
and there were a billion seats open around us.
All right. Putting them on blast.
Talking shit, dude.
Dude, it'd be
At Dana
look.
White.
I just did it. Yo, just so nothing gets fucking confused.
Yeah, bro, I don't give a fuck.
Look, you know what? I know we're talking all this shit, but would it actually be fire to go to UFC Miami?
Because it's Miami.
No, because of the card.
Oh, I don't know.
Look up the.
I don't know, dude.
Look up the card. You'd be like a little horny. You know.
Lahone. UFC Miami. That's my rap name.
It did pick me up a little bit.
Volkanovski versus
Diego Lopez for the title.
Cool.
And then what is the co?
I don't know, man. Let me take a gander.
Patty
and see.
Pimblett versus Michael Chandler.
Bryce Mitchell, and wow.
That's the
Surprised they
look.
got him at 3.
Yeah, but do you understand why that's that?
No.
Bryce Mitchell is being like super Nazi,
Yeah.
and then the other guy is like,
Brazilian.
you're dumb as shit. Yeah.
Where all the Nazis went. Or Argentinian, but pretty close.
But I mean, they have a thing against each other. Like, they fucking hate each other.
See, I don't even know.
And then Ian Gary versus Carlos Prata.
That's not on here.
It's not on there because what is the fight that is on there? That got dropped.
Yair Rodriguez, Patricio Pitbull,
That's also on there. There's one more.
Nikita Kirlov, and Dominic Reyes.
Maybe that one fell. There was one. Damn, I can't remember what fight fell, but the Ian Gary Carlos Prata took its place. All
Yeah.
those are crazy fights to me.
I don't really care.
Maybe it's just part of you growing up into different interests. Like, what are you really fucking into right now? Golf.
Yeah.
Maybe golf is your number one thing. Like, maybe you never get out of golf.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's been that for 20 years. But like I used to get fired up about that shit.
Yeah.
Like UFC stuff.
Yeah, but look, and
What?
I'm not really dipping into your personal life, but maybe you don't have like a fight crew to do it with anymore. Or
It's true.
not necessarily anymore, but like sometimes you have a peak where it's like multiple people in your like circle
Everybody's
are like,
fired up about it.
yeah. So it's like their interests might bring yours up, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're living off this.
Yeah, I guess I haven't been surrounded by people that are watching UFC fights really.
Yeah.
Because all the people I work with are 40 up. you know.
Yeah.
So they're not like, hey, did you catch that fight last night? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
also, if I would start taking a day off, the day will start to be Sunday, and I'll be watching those fights. But I need to learn to do that.
Sunday.
I just need to start taking
Sunday. Oh, I got
No,
you.
like,
Saturday night.
Yeah, because I got to get up at
Yeah.
like fucking 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I don't ever take days off right now, so it's very hard to stay up for like. Also, that is what I was getting to with the whole like Netflix thing. I don't want to pay for ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Just to watch fucking fight nights occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, I already pay for Netflix. Come over here.
Yeah. I don't like the amount of the thing. I mean, I know we talked about it during football season, but the amount of fucking streaming services you have to watch NFL games, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. And that's the way, like, it's getting that way with everything now, and it's getting really annoying.
It's like, honestly, way better if we just don't like shit.
Yeah, just stop being into stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's our fault.
It sucks, dude. Yeah.
Why you like stuff?
Stop liking things, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Look,
but
my life
Masters
got better when I stopped liking shit.
Masters are coming up this week, dude. Do you know about that?
I noticed because you dropped the story and you said, special.
Georgia.
You're just like, that
Georgia.
was, to me, look,
That shit's special, dude.
look, it's just funny because it's like, I know you make fun of me for thinking I'm dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That, to me, just was like the peakness of your dumb, but also like fandom, and it met. And it was
I don't even
like,
see how that's dumb.
it's just like the fucking...
The peak.
Oh, it's so fun. I don't know why but
is it
like
dumb?
seeing people post about sports to me
Mm-hmm.
is funny. Because it's like, yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah.
I don't get it, dude. And I love the sports.
Bro, the shit you post on your story, you really want to talk shit right now, dude?
It's
You
just
really want to
like-
talk shit right now?
Yeah, look.
He said, Pensacola Fitness.
Hey, dude,
Fuck you.
You gotta let them know you're
Special.
In there
That shit's
working out.
spent once a year, dude. It happens once a year.
Well, it's just
it's
like,
the greatest game ever played, man.
look, you would think I would be all on that train because I'm a Alabama fan and we were winning so much. But it's like, I never posted any of our national championships or any of our like undefeated I just don't understand. Like, I think it's funny, but it's also, I do really like it when other people do it, even though I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate
I get
the like the culture of like, it's like online tailgating.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, fucking, like you drop stats of like, this is my favorite player. If you legitimately do it, if you're just dropping like,
I think it's a little different because it's not a specific team, maybe. The way I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not posting like Florida State shit or like Alabama stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'll relate it to what you just said.
Yeah.
It's like making a story about Daytona 500
Yeah.
and saying it's special.
Yeah, dude. How many posts of a Daytona shirt have you put on your story?
Huh?
How many posts of a Daytona shirt or a NASCAR shirt have you put on your story?
Huh? What?
Yeah.
What are you
heard me?
saying?
When you get a new shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a NASCAR one.
All right.
How many times have you done that?
What?
A couple.
What are you saying? Say it differently. Something's not computing. What are you saying?
When you get a shirt,
okay,
that's a NASCAR shirt, and then you post a picture of it on your story.
I don't.
You've done it before?
Posted a picture of a shirt?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I've done that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, fucking quit it.
Okay,
The Masters are this week, dude. Thursday.
This is what I'm...
starts all the cool shit.
This is what...
When does this come out, by the way?
This?
When will this one come out? Yeah, Monday?
No, hopefully tonight.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to try to get this out.
All right. Well, sweet.
But why? When is the Masters?
Starts Thursday.
This Thursday.
Mhm.
Like, this will have dropped, and it's the Thursday it is closest. You like, which Thursday's coming for us?
Y'all got it, right?
Yeah.
Y'all good with it, huh?
Yeah, Hilton's basically like, fucking Google it.
I mean, fuck. Yes, the one that's happening next.
Yeah,
This upcoming one.
So
Yeah.
Thursday night, we know who the master is.
No. God, it's crazy to me, dude. It's crazy to me how much I have devoted my life to the game of golf. How much time we spent together and how little you know about the game. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so crazy to me.
It is crazy too because it's like I know you talk about liking golf. Y'all are sleeping on how much he watches golf. I literally will come home. It'll be, I don't know, 9 p.m. No lights on in the house.
Yeah.
You're watching soccer. I mean,
he got that fucking platinum haired Hilty in his head, dude.
But you're watching like golf in the dark, and I'm just like, I hope he's okay. I just go to my room, dude.
That's my favorite pastime.
Yeah,
like I follow so many dudes on YouTube that are just YouTube golfers, but like that is the best. Like I love sitting on the couch and watching that shit. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I will say sometimes it looks way more interesting than other times.
It's way more entertaining than like watching TV golf.
Also, walking by the other night, seeing that a dude was hitting the ball, and it like actually showed you the stream the whole time.
Yeah,
that's how you make it exciting. Because these motherfuckers that hit it, and you just go out into the air, everything's green and white.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Hey, the sky white.
Yeah,
make it different color, dude.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell in live events.
Or make it at least when you hit the golf ball that the faster the ball goes, it turns a different color.
You add a sound to it.
Speak of the Nerf ball.
Yeah. And but I will say some of the like ESPN is starting to do, like TrackMan will set up on tees.
What
now.
Is TrackMan?
It's software that they use to
for like speed and shit.
Yeah, but they'll add the stream into it in some of them.
Is that ESPN's thing, or is TrackMan is like its own thing?
TrackMan's its own thing, but they sponsor a bunch of the stuff. So like they'll set up on certain holes. So like 6 out of the 18 holes or whatever, you'll see the players where they end up. You know what I mean?
So it's like,
but it's kind of random. It's not like every single one, but like on some of them, you're like, oh, that's okay, cool.
That's cool. Like to relate this to like NASCAR, like they have nowadays they probably have a camera in every car. But back in the day, they would pick like
3.
Yeah. And it's like you get to tune in to those 3 cars. Yeah. If you paid like the super packages, like you have these like NFL packages,
you could switch to them.
Yeah, you could actually watch the entire race from inside that car.
Yeah.
And then you could hear them talking and shit. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you the way that everything progresses, it's going to be at every hole one day.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be like you can tune into each hole like per camera.
So depending on events, you have like ESPN and different streaming whatever they are. Go ahead. What's up, dude?
How's stuff?
different whatever they are will have they'll have featured groups. So like if Max Homa, Justin Thomas, and Jordan Spieth are playing together, that you follow just that group. So like there's 3 marquee groups of the week of Friday, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday or whatever, and they switch every day. But you can follow just them. So you watch every single shot that they hit throughout the round. And then they'll have like on at TPC Sawgrass, hole 17 is like the number 1 photographed hole in golf, right? And so they will have
all of golf?
Yeah.
No shit.
It's the island green.
Oh, word.
You know what I mean? There's that and the Waste Management, the number 16 at the Phoenix Open.
And it's not, the number 1 hole is not on the Masters, huh?
Well, you can't have your phone at the Masters, so it's not photographed.
How do we know it's real?
Well, because it's videoed, but you can't have, as a patron,
that's just moving pictures.
Yeah, it's real though. I promise.
Do they know?
They do. Yeah, we do.
How do we have pictures of the Master? You posted a picture.
Some of them, yes. There are some. I'm talking about like if you go in to go, if you're going to like watch the Masters as a patron to go follow.
Have you been to the Masters?
Wherever? No. So
there's some parts of the Masters you've never seen with your naked eye.
Correct. I haven't seen any of it with my naked eye.
Or I mean, with like your eyes. not naked. Like, there's parts of the Masters that if you don't go in person, you'll never see in your entire life.
Yeah. The toilets. I'll never see a Masters toilet.
What is it? It's a fucking Lord of the Rings?
It's kind of culty, dude. It really, it's kind of culty.
Weird.
It's cult vibes for sure. But I don't even remember what the fuck I was
You were talking
about.
about the groups, and they were like, "Well, the TCP
Oh yeah, we're
tall
fucking
grass
past
or whatever."
TP. CBT.
Chat
The motherfucking
CTP.
CTE tall grass.
But you were saying
Anyway.
like,
Yeah, they have
Something.
marquee holes and stuff. That's about it.
I think
So they can
also
follow it like NASCAR.
here's another thought I was thinking that what would be cool
Here's
is like,
Here's a thought I was thinking. What you think about this thought I thought about?
is why don't they have like like how cops have the
Body cams.
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they have that in golf?
Golf is a mental sport.
So you have to be
Mentally tough. So they just introduced like last season the earpiece. So every once in a while
you
they'll
hear
give
their thoughts.
they'll give a player an earpiece and they'll ask them like interview them like a couple questions while they're walking up
Oh,
the hole.
word.
So they're like, how'd you feel about that, approach shot? What were you thinking about? Like that kind of thing. How do you feel about this week type, but during the match or during the tournament, it's very like, you're not supposed to talk to anybody. Everybody has to be quiet. Like, so it's a stuffy game when it comes to shit like that. So I think that's just a little past the, what they want to do with it. There are some like cool camera angles that they do. They have camera people that follow them, for every shot. But yeah, like stuff like that. I don't think we'll ever get to that point, but who knows?
When do we find out who the master is?
Sunday. Master Sunday.
It's
yeah.
a 4-tournament or 4-day tournament?
All of them are.
Wow.
Every single one of them.
Every tournament's 4 days?
Yeah. That's never changed.
God bless.
Yep. Thursday and Friday are your first 2 days, and that's when you get cut. So if you make the cut, you play Saturday and Sunday. If you don't, then you're done Friday.
So what is it, like the average, or like how do they know who
It's
wins?
top 50 in ties. So if there's 150 players playing the Masters, the top 50 in
We're
ties.
just going to go to the next question.
As soon as I started answering, you went. I knew there was no way he was getting this. There's no way he's grasping this.
So Happy Gilmore 2
Yeah,
comes out.
June 17th, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how's that landing on the golf world?
I think people are excited about it because it's got tour players now that are in it.
Yeah.
There's some the number one golfer in the world is in the movie for at least a little bit.
I think also I might have heard like Jelly Rolls in it or something.
Yeah, I think I saw that too in the trailer or something.
Yeah, there's like culturally popular people. Dude, how fucking crazy would it be if Gillis is in it?
See, that would be a cameo worth.
Like at a bar, just be like,
Fucking-
yo, Happy.
No,
Give it up!
Happy has to get tires for his car, and he stops at whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, there's some really cool opportunities with that, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like that movie was so fucking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I really hope they don't fuck it up.
You watched the trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I watched the like sneak peek trailer, which was like almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 30 seconds long, and you didn't really see anything.
There's
you're
like a 2-minute one now, right? Yeah.
I've seen that one too,
Yeah.
and I thought that was awesome. It looks good.
Yeah.
But it's tough because, to me, I think comedy trailers cannot give you the best in the trailer. They have to give you, like, the peak of the thing they'll give you in the trailer needs to be, like, the 70% joke. Like,
Right.
it needs to be up there, but not, like, the gold thing.
Yeah. And the ones that do give you the nugget are the ones that ruin it.
Yeah, and what's crazy is, like, you don't know if that's the nugget. But if you see that and you're like, damn, if it's that good, the whole movie, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've got hopes for it, but not high hopes because I just don't know that there's any world that you can make that movie better. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there is.
It's tough, but it's like you want to see more of that character is what brings them back because like Adam is still very much in that.
Oh yeah,
like that's
still
who
him.
he is.
Now here's a question for you: What in a percentage? What percent?
I'm not good at these.
If the original Happy Gilmore is 100%, how good would the second one have to be in percentage for you to be happy with it? Like 70% of as good as the first one, 80% of as good as the first one.
To me, what's tough is like I think the first one is one of those 100 movies. Where it's
Well,
like,
no, but that is it. That's the standard,
that's
right?
why I'm saying like this is tough because it's like that's a cult classic for sure, 100% golden movie. I think
to be genuinely happy.
I mean, you would want it to be 70 at least.
Right. Yeah.
Because if it starts to go in the 60s, you're like, well, why didn't they bring this person back?
Yeah.
Why is this person missing? Or why did they put that person? Why is this part of the story? Why all of a sudden now he's got baby mamas or something?
Yeah.
It's like, this is not. If they start to fuck with like the chemical makeup of the movie, like they're starting to put in shit that it's like,
there's no need.
That's popular nowadays.
Yeah.
But shouldn't be in this type of movie, then it could quickly go to zero.
Yeah, yeah.
You could be like, hey, do you know who you were making this for to begin with?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What are we doing?
And I'll be honest, I think 70 is the correct. I feel like that's a pretty good number.
Grade.
It is. It's a C, dude. But I think that even at that, even in the low 70s and stuff, I think there's still going to be parts where you're like, man, they should have done that. Or they could have done this and it would have been...
That's the problem with sequels is it's very rare. I think there's only ever been like a couple movies that got better with the sequel. And I don't think this one can get better with the sequel.
Yeah.
So you're inevitably going to have a drop off and you're inevitably going to have a lot of critics about it.
Yeah. But... Have you watched any of the Full Swing stuff? Did you watch that?
No, still not yet, no.
You need to.
But what I was saying about the thing is, the reason why the first one slaps so hard is because you don't know the story yet. You're watching it blindly.
Yeah.
Second one, you're expecting it. It needs to be along the same lines. Mm-hmm. Like, you kind of have to have he's got to win something.
Yeah.
You can't just have him, like, out here, like, training another golfer or something. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? No, we want to see him golfing because he's so fucking sporadic and crazy.
I mean, I feel like if that's the case and he's the coach,
he becomes,
I think
what
if
is
that
it, Willie?
Yeah.
Or no, it's Chubbs. Why did I say Willie? Chubbs, the dude.
Yeah.
That was like, no.
I think if he turns into that person, there's no way.
Yeah, because then you're like, no, he can't be the hard.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
He's got to be the color to it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I am excited for it, and I do hope that it is. I hope that it's good, but it's one of those things where it's like, man, I'm like kind of scared to watch it because I don't want it to ruin it. You know what I mean?
I also didn't know it was real because if you Google or even go on YouTube, you can find any movie you think should be a sequel.
There's going to be a trailer.
There's AI trailers to everything.
Yeah.
And they're deceptively good. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know fucking Inglourious Bastards had a 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. Like, one of the movies that seemed to get better every time, I thought, was like the Kill Bill franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only 2, but...
Yeah.
Or no, it was 3, wasn't it? It was a trilogy.
I don't know.
I think.
I just watched the first one.
Oh, well,
to be completely
they're
honest
all
with you.
that good.
Really?
I mean, they add to the story, so I think they get better, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, also, dude, hey, how are you feeling about, like... There's been a lot of loss lately.
A lot of loss.
Yeah. Like, tons of people are just, like, doing their final ticket and they're out, you know? How are you holding up?
I'm good. I'm making it. You know? Slowly but surely.
Yeah. You lost a literal legend in your world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, leaving... Bad time to make a joke, but leaving you a little bit speechless, huh?
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Top
Gun, I thought that would have been like...
I thought you were going somewhere way different with that.
No.
But...
just because I know Goose is... That's Goose, right?
No.
Who's that?
Iceman. You fucking asshole. Oh, God
they
damn
killed
it.
Goose.
Shut
has been dead for years.
Shut up, dude. Yes, Val Kilmer passed away. Yeah, dude, I posted about that on my story, too.
Dude, honestly, super underrated actor. He was in so many.
Bro.
I say underrated because I feel like you don't really think of him when you think of like De Niro or like
no,
these bigger actors.
He did it so different too.
Yeah.
Like that was his like he from the time he was like 16 or whatever, he videotaped everything.
Yeah.
Like he just like was so
I still
about
haven't seen that
it,
documentary.
Dude. Yeah, he was and in that movie, I mean, Top Gun was kind of one of those movies that like defined me as a kid because I watched it so much, and that was like a very integral part of
just walking to the school bus.
Oh, dude, yeah, but like a part of it, I think why I dyed my hair was because of Iceman.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm gonna be Iceman for Halloween.
Hey, slept on Batman.
Yeah, you can say that shit again.
To me, like honestly, I know we talk about like Christian Bale's the best Batman.
Heath
like
Ledger.
that. Yeah, like that is not that Heath like carries him at all because Christian Bale is definitely awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the best serious one.
Yeah.
You want a fun one?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, dude.
Yeah.
That is a fucking fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's crazy. But I mean, honestly, after because he had so many, like, you know, he had throat cancer and he had all kinds of shit. So it's like after he was in the Maverick movie, because he had a cameo in that movie, and you were like, holy shit.
It's Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the like subtitle was.
But after seeing that, you're like, you know what I mean? Because you kind of just knew, like, he had recovered a lot from that, and it was pneumonia that he passed away from. But still, you're just like, golly, dude. But yeah, man, it's crazy shit.
Yeah, it's tough, and
yeah,
I always admired him and looked at him differently than a lot of actors because he was always similar to me as Brad Pitt, as like you have this dude that looks like he's too pretty and jockey, but he's so versatile. Like he can play so many different. I mean, it'd be crazy to try to name them all, but like you got westerns, military movies, like comedies, superheroes. It's like such a pivotal guy that he could do anything, and
yeah, he was a chameleon like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see. Like I know all these illnesses or diseases and shit happen. Not that pneumonia is a disease, but like the losing the voice. Like you got dementia with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to see these regular everyday things happen to people that you were like. Not that we should admire people, but like.
Yeah, but I mean,
in that
they
way,
were a part of.
Yeah,
they were a part
pivotal,
of what
like
you grew
crazy.
up on or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And also like comebacks, like the what the fuck is his? It's Kelsey Grammer. Is that his name? The dude that played the whale, or is that
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser. Oh, I get Fraser because Kelsey Grammer played Frasier, the TV show. So I always like get all that all mixed up.
Brendan Fraser.
But
Mummy to
made
whale.
It crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, you weren't supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
That's
wild,
crazy.
Wild.
Now, what would be even more insane is if he played like a superhero one day and he's just
absolutely ripped. Yeah, play Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. It's crazy shit. Yeah, but it like you said, we should admire people, but it's hard not to because
you shouldn't make them untouchable.
Yeah,
everybody can be touched.
But it's hard, when you're a kid or when you're younger watching those movies and you connect with those, whatever that connection may be, you do look up to those people, and so you do have that connection with them, and so when they do pass, it's like, wow, you kind of it pulls a little bit, but I mean,
it's a weird.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that means that it meant something. So
it's weird because you don't really like in movies and having them affect you. Not that you have a choice about that, but like that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like Trend Twins are on TV right now, but like it's weird that anything you watch. What is the golf duo or group or whatever that I like that you watch?
Oh, Bob Does Sports.
Bob Does Sports.
Yeah.
Trend Twins, like C-Bomb, all these people. It's like we don't fucking know these people at all.
Yeah.
People listening to this that don't personally know us, you don't know us.
Yeah.
Maybe you think we're funny. Maybe you think we're idiots. Whatever the thing is, but you watch.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird that anybody is part of anyone's routine or becomes part of their life because what you watch affects who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy that, like, you never met Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're not telling me.
Yeah.
But, like, you could feel that, oof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the I'll tell you what the fucked up thing was is that he passed away, like, the night of April 1st. And so I woke up and saw it, and it was April 2nd, but I thought it was from yesterday. So I thought that it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, it like kind of fucked with me for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, is this like trying to kind of piece it together if it was or not? Because it's like, and the fact that it happened then was very unfortunate. But yeah, that was weird.
It's also weird because, like, you never really know on April Fool's Day. I basically don't be on. You know how many dumb things are on?
There are some that are pretty blatant where you're like,
Waffle House downtown?
Dude. Yeah, I mean,
You saw that
some,
one?
yeah. There's some where you're like, all right, dude, yeah, okay, I get it. But some of them you're like, wait a minute, what?
Some of them are too close, too. Like, did you see that the Quest one?
Mm-mm.
Like, Quest protein?
No.
Coming out with sauces?
No. Oh, but you could totally see that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like...
Some people are, like, fired up about it, too.
Yeah. My buddy Luca was like... He sent it to me, like, yesterday.
Yeah.
Which means that was the
6
6th.
days later. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I got you.
yeah.
And he's like, could still happen. And I'm like, it could be like a soft launch to be like, how are people thinking about this?
That's what I think that a lot of those are.
Yeah, but it's like, that's not what this is about.
Yeah, that pisses me off a little bit. Let's be real.
Also fucking do the sauce. Because you know
kind
people
of have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, yo, our boy G Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he been getting into the dry rub.
I don't be hanging out with G like that no more.
Brother.
You still fuck with G, huh?
Hey, he's getting out there. He's spreading his wings. He's flying. He's doing big things. I'm seeing him in the dry spice aisle. Marinades, sauces.
I mean,
I see him in the pulled pork, like in meats, dog.
G Hughes be inside the meats?
He's being inside the meats.
Damn, dude. That's
like,
crazy. Good for him.
I'm proud of him. Like, he's doing some big shit. Like,
yeah, you got on that train way back in the day, dude.
Look, I'm not at all. Look, all right. I am literally, 2% Nigerian?
All right.
We saw my blood work. I showed you.
Different guy.
Selective memory, whatever. Anyways, I'm 2% Nigerian, so arguably you could say I have a little bit of ethnicity. Or what? How do you say that? Ethnicity. Say it again. Ethnicity.
Uh-huh.
I have ethnicity in me.
Mm-hmm.
G. Hughes is a black man.
Right.
I'm proud.
I don't think you have to have somebody's.
You guys always want to take this away from us.
No, I'm just saying. I don't. Hey, fuck you, yeah.
Like, why don't you just let us win?
I don't think you have to have somebody's ethnicity in you to be proud of them.
No, I'm not.
I think you can just be proud of someone.
I was trying to let you feel
what you feel
like it was warranted because
there's no. You were about to go for a big word. Go ahead.
No. Okay. I wasn't.
All right.
Look, I'm proud of G because he's my friend, but I'm also proud of him because it's like as a pillar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get it.
As like a black dude crushing the fucking game, and I would really be heartbroken if we find out like that is just like a fake name and a fake person that was created.
Have you looked into it, or do you not want to?
I haven't. I don't want to be crushed.
Okay. Please don't crush me.
But it's like some things are just created and like they're just falsified all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't find out for like ever. Like Captain Crunch was not really a captain.
Like
dude.
G Hughes.
Yeah,
maybe.
You know?
He's gonna Google that later.
I am.
Don't do it.
I am.
All right, you better ready to wrap this shit?
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Before we get out of here, thank you guys for tuning in. I know we took a little bit of a break.
Yeah, been kind of off and on.
Yeah, some shit happens. Sometimes you just need a little air, you know, like
Yeah.
More than just losing Val Kilmer, we lost some other friends and family and just needed a little bit of a break. But before we get out of here, Johnny Mumbles, if you want to get some permanent ink put on your body, you want to remember the Maverick or
Iceman.
the Iceman.
God damn.
Maybe you're a little more into the UFC than Hilton seems to be lately. Maybe you want to remember who the master is this year. Whatever it is. Johnny Mumbles at Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio, that is the dude. If you want to go on their Instagram, check out his portfolio. You can go on theirs and see everybody in the shops. And they're constantly having like guest spot there. I say guest spot.
Yeah.
Traveling tattoo artist guest spot there. So you can book like international talent to do some work on you. Or you can go to his individual page and check out all his stuff. He's done stuff on celebrities. I mean, doing stuff on me, on Hilton. Just dope work. And the shit holds up. It looks sick. It's timeless. It's flawless. It's amazing. But yeah, before we get out of here, you want to do your classic goodbye? I miss that thing.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well.
Hey, I love you too.
I love you, man. It's been a minute.
I appreciate
I'm glad we're here. Dude.
Hey, don't go nowhere, dude.
I'm here.
Tune in. Stay
I ain't going nowhere. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee!